Yeah, let me tell you something about today's show, all right? Today we're going to get all up in your business, so be prepared. First, we've got Patrick Reed Johnson, director of 5/25/77. It's a movie about trying to get in line for the opening day of Star Wars, so maybe you can relate. Plus, your user-created Office Jesus impersonations will be judged and damned by none other than Office Jesus himself, and you'd better watch because we had to pay him a lot to show up, my friends, let me tell you. And then we'll have the team from IDOS, including the new Lara Croft, to show off Lara Croft Tomb Raider Legend in all its polygonal beauty. But now it's time for the program that can sass you with just one finger. That's right, it's Attack of the Show.
Pick up on this.
Well, hello, Television Nation. Welcome to Attack of the Show. I'm Kevin Pereira.
Wow, there's a whole audience
There's a whole nation of television viewers.
Millions and millions of eager viewers.
Right behind the pretty white words in the prompter. I'm sorry. I am not feeling well. I think I'm
You're
ill.
not? Really?
I think I'm definitely.
Kevin, you're always sick. I mean, are you feeling hot? Do you have a fever? Or?
You know, I do. And her name is Catherine. That's right. I got the McFever. Yeah, there she is. Catherine McPhee.
Oh.
Giving me the McFever. I'm sick. I need a prescription.
You really shouldn't cry wolf about being sick. I was worried. It's Catherine
You weren't
McPhee,
worried.
Huh?
You could care less.
American Idol, right?
She was on American Idol last night.
You got a crush on her.
I think she's adorable, and I'm going to use any and all of my TV clout to make sure that she wins, because then she will be mine. So, Catherine, if you're watching, please.
Right.
Cure my McFever.
That's all it takes.
Cure my
Catherine
McFever.
McPhee, he loves you. Please come to the show so you guys can mate and have...
Come, we would like to procreate and make many children.
Well, you would like to procreate. I don't know that Catherine knows you yet.
We would. She's
When you
a big
meet
fan
him,
of my blog.
He's a real charmer.
That's right.
We're going to talk about, anything show-related today?
Yes. So American Idol was on the old television last night, and I say the old television because clearly there's a whole new type of TV going on, my friends. That's right. You want to know what it is?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Seriously, we're about to show you the nail in what will be our coffin at some point. This is a new internet video player
It's going to replace our actual jobs.
Yeah, our avenue of television. It is called Democracy, and it's awesome. It's been out, I think, on the Mac for a little while, but it's finally available on Windows, and therefore it finally matters. Sorry, Mac users.
That's right.
It's available at getdemocracy.com. You're looking at it right here, the Democracy Player. This is the channel guide.
Very iTunes kind of an interface.
Exactly. Open
source,
though.
that's what it was at first.
Completely free.
Love
That's
that.
the biggest deal.
Love
And right
it.
here, it's like, oh, Attack of the Show is on their TV guide. Well, what do you know? Let me click. It's going to pull up the Attack of the Show page. Attack of the Show videocast. Would you like to subscribe? Well, hell's yes, I would. So we say go to. It'll pull up a list of, here's videos that we've downloaded. We can click play.
Cottage Cheetah is one of my favorite songs.
One of everybody's favorites. You click play, it'll pull up the video. What's great is that it's super easy to search out some rare, kind of unique stuff, and everybody's putting it out there for free.
That was really quick. So nothing on here is going to cost you anything.
Nothing. As of right now,
That's awesome.
absolutely nothing. All completely free. And all super easy to search and tag your own videos. You can add your own stations. And the beauty of it is that you tag a bunch of random stuff, right? Put in a bunch of random feeds. Go away from your desk like I did this morning. You come back and you find a true gem like this.
Uh-huh.
Popcorn, popcorn all day long. Someone in the garden's got a popcorn song. Might as well.
Right? How awesome is that?
Really, really awesome. This will revolutionize television.
That was 1,000 Years of Popcorn. I was on one of these feeds here. It was some-pig.net, I believe. But it gets stranger.
It does?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like a 6-minute funhouse twisted ride of acid for a 6-year-old. Which just go ahead and download it and watch it. There's a bunch of random videos on there. You should check it out. I highly recommend that one. It made me giggle.
I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
You should.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's neat. It's kind of fun to just see what all the crazies are doing.
GetDemocracy.com and add Attack of the Show. Go ahead and subscribe to us because we're on there as well.
Well, Kevin, while you were discovering the future of television, I was figuring out how old people can help us.
Really?
Yeah.
So we shouldn't just put them down?
No, actually they are of use. In fact, there's something called the Elder Wisdom Circle, which sounds a little like World of Warcraft guilds.
Sounds like a guild for senior citizens.
But
yeah.
it isn't. It's actually, the Circle are a bunch of elderly volunteers, and they man computers, and they answer your questions.
Whoa,
so yeah,
whoa.
you submit a question, and they answer.
Seniors don't know how to use computers.
Well, you know, it's answers to questions that have to do with life.
Oh, so it's not
Things
just a
that
tech
they would be
thing.
wise about.
I get that. They've had many years. They have experience.
They've had many years. They're, 90 or 80 or
They're
something really
old.
Something really old. Yeah, they've been around.
They smell their age.
They smell their age. So
That's how you
we
can judge.
decided to submit some of our own burning questions just to kind of see what they get back to us with. For example, how do we get these darn kids off our lawn?
That's a good question, and they will know.
Just won't go. Or, something like, do you call that noise music? They're yelling and talking.
Because they're old.
Yeah. See, it's not good.
No. I like it. What do we have any more?
Yeah, actually, we also wanted to ask him, what programs are good to look at on the telly? On the GetDemocracy.com.
They don't know about Get Democracy. Your grandma doesn't know about that.
So we've submitted some questions.
We really did submit those, by the way.
And we're awaiting their answers, and hopefully it'll be...
I hope someone says shake a rake at the kids or something really crotchety and grizzled. That'd be awesome.
They're probably going to say, get lost, you little twerp.
All right. So the Elder Circle, great. I got to ask you, though, I'm seeing out of the peripheral of my vision boxes of crap.
Oh, I do too.
Literally. Can we bring out the... Is it okay?
Yeah. Come on, bring out the crap.
What is this all about, Sarah?
The crap is in reference to last week during News Are Created when we asked you to send us boxes of random crap. Most of you were late, so we're still getting the crap.
Oh, so these were the late bloomers.
But it's good crap, so we figure, what the hey, let's give them a chance to show it off today. This crap happens to be amazing origami that can also...
Paper cranes.
That can moonlight as a Hawaiian lei, When it's dark, you don't really know the difference. Plus ceramic hands.
Yeah. Jesus theme
These
stuff.
are items from Flynn Conti Riley. Thanks,
Thank you.
Flynn.
Thank you, Flynn.
You're the best.
All right, get this box out of here.
Next one, the disco helmet. This was
take this.
actually sent by a fellow named James Kim.
Now, this looks familiar. I remember this.
Yeah, I'm glad it does look familiar because he actually bought this after seeing it on It Came From eBay,
That's where it's from.
which was presented by you.
Probably by me, yes.
So, box of childhood memories. Next one.
Oh, look, there's a picture of him, by the way. I don't know if you see that. He's actually wearing
isn't he
the helmet.
nice? Isn't he nice? All right,
Yeah.
here's you want to hold on to that helmet?
No, I'm good.
It's
I'm
also
good.
broken.
It is a
so
little broken.
That's why he sent it to us.
This is the box of old childhood memories?
Childhood memories. I mean,
Oh,
this is the kind of
Starcom.
thing it could kind of make you sad. I mean, these are like cool childhood memories. We've got the Punisher on an old floppy.
Nice.
Plus,
All right.
some.
Can we put this just... Hey,
David
box guy.
Winchcraft.
Put this in my car.
Sorry if I butchered your name, man.
Thanks.
Sent us this one. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, that must have been
Did you see the
thousands
facial
of
hair on
dollars
that
in
guy?
shipping.
Did you see that? Come here real quick. Box of crap guy. Come here.
Box of
hurry
crap
up,
guy, come on.
because this is live. You're killing.
I think
you're
he
wasting time.
sleeps in a barn.
Look at this facial hair.
Oh wait, there's this whole
Look at that.
part in the middle.
What
that's-
happened there?
What happened?
That's awesome.
Did you lose
Could
a bet?
Could you take my spaceship? Thanks, buddy. All right.
See ya, Box
Guess
Crap Guy.
what? We are
Get
still
back.
taking your chat questions. Even when you give us so many reasons not to, email us through our web form at attackoftheshow.com/askus, and you can chat with us at chat.g4tv.com.
Now, a real Star Wars fan would patiently sit through these commercials because the director of 52577 is here to get all gushy about George Lucas. It's all next.
Attack of the show, baby. Attack. Attack of the show. Attack.
For most of us, our obsession with Star Wars resulted in closet full of toys, a tendency to end every conversation with, yes, my master. Yeah. But for Patrick Reed Johnson, it resulted in 52577, his ode to being an impressionable, movie-obsessed 70s teen.
Patrick Reed Johnson! Where's your brother?
Mom? Do you mind?
One of you is in big trouble.
Patrick.
Yes.
Yeah, that's movies about you, apparently.
Yeah.
Your movie. Is this an autobiography?
I don't think anyone was actually interested in seeing the Patrick Reed Johnson story when I said that. I mean, people weren't clamoring for that.
Right.
But people who heard how I got into film in the first place, who would sit through that story, ultimately did think it should be something that I told on film, and I finally got around to it after Gary Kurtz and Fred Roos and I decided it was a film whose time might be on its way, you know, with the re-release of Star Wars and all that sort of thing.
So the movie called 5/25/77, anybody who looks at that as a date knows that that is Star Wars opening day.
Right.
Is the movie about the opening of Star Wars?
No, in fact, it's about the anticipation of the opening day. It doesn't. Some of it takes place on the opening day. The third act of the film is the opening day, but the first two acts are really the lead up, the anticipation over a 6-month period when this kid, me, first learns about it and is the only one who knows anything about it because he's from Wadsworth, Illinois, population 750, and he ends up in California through a series of magical events, true events that allow him to be the very first person to ever see Star Wars. And he has to go back to his hometown and sort of live the life he thought he was going to live after having been invited behind the scenes at the Land of Oz. And
so it's kind of neat for a lot of kids who grew up loving Star Wars. This would kind of give you, it's not necessarily a movie about Star Wars, but a look into what being a teenager during that time was like, especially if you were really into science fiction. And
yeah, it's actually, and it's about being a teenager almost at any time. It's really about how terrifying emotions are and how terrifying the larger world beyond your sphere of comfort is. It's about leaving home. It's about taking steps that people tell you, you can't get there from here. In fact, you can't even see there from here.
Right.
And it's about leaving home. It's more like Breaking Away or American Graffiti than it is, Detroit Rock City.
So obviously, Patrick, main character, that's you.
Right.
Back at, what, 17?
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't really play yourself at 17 anymore,
no,
although you look good,
oh, thank you.
So how did you figure out who was going to play you? That must have been sort of a strange process.
It was a very interesting process because on the one hand, I had all this archival material, Super 8 footage, of old photographs, marching band movies, things that we wanted to sort of utilize. So we thought if we can find someone who looks something like me, poor kid, we would have some more to work with there. But ultimately, it was sort of a last-minute scenario. Our extras casting director, Kat White, had been suggesting all along this guy, John Francis Daly, and I kept going, I know this name, but and I was going after a bunch of other names you've heard of, and we were negotiating with some of them. The next thing I know, we can't get deals with the right ones, and suddenly we say, let's get John. Somebody, let's look at him.
With the side-by-side picture there, you guys look, it's pretty good.
You showed it.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Very handsome you were. Look at you.
Oh, yeah. You see, we tamed down the hair just a little bit for John.
From Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, from Freaks and Geeks. But the reason I kept rejecting him was the last time I seen him, he was 12 years old.
Right,
it was like, I wasn't that scrawny.
All of a sudden, it kind of worked out.
Right.
Gary Kurtz, who is the producer of both Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, is the producer of this movie as well.
That's right.
And has described you as the #1 Star Wars fan.
Well, no, he actually calls me Fan 1.
Fan 1.
And
why? I mean, of all the fans, how are you the first?
When I was 17 and I was blowing up things in my garage and doing shark attacks in the swimming pool and crashing my Pinto, my 75 Ford Pinto every 2 weeks, my mother finally decided if I don't get this kid out of here and at least show him the reality of Hollywood, he's going to either die here or get married and pregnant drive
her insane.
One day I came home from school. I mean, I had taken over most of the house and painted it all flat black, and she just wanted a normal life, and I think she wanted me to see if I could, discover my potential
your creativity a little
to
more
either get the heck out of there and never come back and be lost forever. No, I don't think that's what she wanted. But what happened was I come home from school one day and she's busily talking on the phone with somebody going, okay, so if I send him out there this weekend, will you introduce him to Steven Spielberg and Douglas Trumbull? I don't know who that is, but that was my hero, the guy who did the effects for 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
She had most guys have Playboy magazines under the bed. I had American Cinematographer.
So she got you some meetings with people in Hollywood?
She knew nobody, but she decided to cold call the editor of this magazine by looking on the masthead for the editorial number and just say, look, I got this kid and he's going to kill half the neighborhood if I don't get him out of here. Will you at least show him what he's in for? Does he have a shot?
Did you get a meeting at ILM?
No. There wasn't a real ILM at this point. What was going on was this guy was an old World War II cameraman that had become the editor of American Cinematographer after sort of a failed attempt at becoming a director. I mean, he'd become a director and had his little shot and then faded away, but had decided to keep writing about film, and he was passionate about it, and he knew everybody, but he didn't think I was really going to show up.
So you did.
So I show up, and he's like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Pat Johnson." My mom called. He's like, "Oh God," and so
it was sort of like maybe we should just show him Star Wars. He
Well,
might like
no,
that.
what happened was he said, well, I do have some interviews, you can tag along. And I thought he was just taking me along to meet just, film guys on the set or anything. Little did I know, it's the spring of 1977. There were two little movies in post-production at this point. One was called Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and one was called Star Wars. Neither of which anyone had ever heard of at this point. And
so you were
we
able
went there,
to
and
see
he
Star
took
Wars.
me. The first place we went was this place called Future General, which Douglas Trumbull was running. And the next thing I know, we walk in and we're watching these giant cumulus clouds in this water tank. It's like a giant aquarium, right? And I'm sitting there watching this going on, and this guy next to me, little kid in a baseball cap, goes, "Cut!" And then look right. And the lights come on, and everyone kind of looks at me and like, no, he said it. And I think it was just like one of the effects guys. And the guy turns to me, and he's got a Jaws baseball cap on. He looks like he's about 15. He goes, "You must be Patrick. Herb said you were coming." It
Well,
was Steven
what a
Spielberg.
wonderful story for you, especially at that age. Patrick, I'm sorry we out of
That's right.
time. You sound like you are full of stories, though.
I have a lot.
And hopefully we'll all be able to see more of them in the movie. 52577. You can visit 52577.com for much more information on that movie. Thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine. Don't run off, everybody. We have possibly sold damning edition of User Created coming up. I mean that. Plus, another trip to the International Toy Fair in New York.
Guests on Attack of the Show receive iDogs. Little dog, big sound.
Like a determined postman, minus the assault rifle, of course. Snow, sleet, and hail could not keep me from going back for more Toy Fair 2006, but this time I decided to find out what the cool kids were up to. Toy Fair 2006 had everything from classic toys to plush, but how could we visit one of the largest toy events in the world and not check out what the designer scene had to show off?
Toy Fair is a good way to meet with the buyers, get them to see the new stuff that's coming out so they can pre-order. It also gets a chance for stores that don't know much about this to see it and kind of get the mainstream people into it. We got Sket One, who's a Connecticut-based artist, who's doing the tomato called Buckeye Rot, which comes with knives so you can stab it in the back and you can stab people with them.
These are Needies. They're codependent, high-maintenance relationship dolls. Basically, Needies talk to you, but if you give them love by squeezing them, then they get jealous of one another. And if you squeeze them enough, then they actually sing for you.
Strange Co was founded in 2003 with my partner, Gregory Blum, and myself. We'd been involved in a lot of the designs that were happening in Hong Kong and Japan, and there was this whole really interesting style of art toys that was developing with this really great community, and we wanted to import that to the United States.
Down here we have the Frank Kozik Herald smoking a cigar, closed box with many, many secrets inside. Turning around are the General Mills Kubricks by Medicom, Frankenberry, Count Chocula, and Boo Berry.
Behind us, everybody's favorite figurines from when they were 6 or 7 or not around at all. Kellogg's is coming back with a vintage line, and you guys are providing it for them.
That's right. This year, 2006, is the 100th anniversary of Kellogg's as a company. So we're kind of helping them celebrate by bringing back some of the vintage-style characters that they've done.
I think it's going to start to flow into the mainstream, more like bigger companies are going to try to jump on the bandwagon, but the true collector's going to collect our stuff over that anyhow.
Now, Kevin, call me old-fashioned, but toys seem really strange these
Sarah,
days.
you are just old-fashioned.
Wow.
No, it's easy to say, like the designer toy scene is all about vinyl, and it's all, look at these crazy vinyl toys. But what's nice is that vinyl has really allowed these independent artists and these smaller companies to make limited runs of really, really crazy toys. They don't have to make, a piece of something that will appeal to a mass market. They can go for a cool design like a tomato with knives in its back, sell 3,000 of them, at a premium price because it's a limited run.
And it's
there
a
you have
success.
It. Yeah, I dig it.
They're happy. They do what they want. People buy them.
And I'm all
you
for
get
the
a
crazy
tomato
toys. Exactly.
with
Tomato
a knife in
knives.
its back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, the best.
But now, folks, it is time to devour another tasty serving of User Created. But careful. Careful, Sarah. This plate is hot. All right, folks, your assignment this week was to give us your best Office Jesus impersonation. You know, he's the not-so-friendly Jesus that walks around our office. You may or may not know him.
When do I get paid for this? I'm supposed to be getting some money for being here. Does
all right, Office Jesus will actually be picking the winner this week. So, Office Jesus.
And this is just 3 minutes, right? That's all I have to do?
That's it. That's it. Just the three and a half or so.
All right, good.
All right.
So they wanted me to tell you that everyone's a winner and A for effort and blah, blah, blah. But, surprise, turns out a whole lot of you were losers. Like this one.
Jesus, what the hell?
You know, I couldn't have said it better myself. What the hell?
Oh, come on. That was, obviously the Jesus took the reserved parking space. There was something going on there.
There was nothing I liked about that.
Oh.
An impression of me without a beard is pathetic. You're just wasting everyone's time, especially mine. They also had me listening to some angry rap music in my car. Let me tell you, unless it's my girl Missy, I'm not listening to it.
No, not unless it's Missy, huh?
No.
Okay. Why don't we just move on to the next submission then, and just I know your time is very precious. We appreciate it.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's just roll.
Okay.
I really like the song.
Oh, Jesus. I think there's something wrong with that cat you gave me.
Well, that one had a beard.
True. And the hand slapping is nice. That is one of my favorites. But, you know, I think we were asking for Office Jesus impersonations here. Am I right?
You are right. We did ask for the...
So I don't know why we got a Hagrid impression. Oh, that's right. I said it. I made fun of his physical appearance.
Come on.
And I'd do it again.
All right. Okay, let's move on. What about this submission right here? This one's good.
Do you know Dane Cook has more friends on MySpace than I do? Me and the Pope, we're like this. Remember that time that we were walking on the beach and there was one set of footprints?
No.
Well, it's not bad. I mean, Footprints is one of my favorite poems, but this whole guy at a bar using bad pickup lines, didn't that Tipsy Vader person do that a while ago?
I think he did, yeah.
Also, you know what? This isn't really an Office Jesus impression, as it is a regular Jesus impression. I get ideas like this all the time, like, let's throw Jesus in a bar, or put Jesus on the moon, it'll be great.
Right.
I'm Office Jesus, guys. I have a job in the office. If you want regular Jesus, go get that Jim Caviezel creep.
All right, well, I know you... unimpressed thus far, Jesus, and again, I apologize that everybody wasted your time and that we're wasting it, but someone had to win, right? So someone was better than what we've seen. We have a winner.
Yes, let's just get this over with.
Jesus, do I look fat in this?
Not any fatter than you look in everything else. Cow.
And I'm finished!
High five. Not.
Jesus, I think I have a splinter.
Let me see.
This one it's actually pretty funny. He's got the facial expression, he's got the posture down, and he hits a woman in the face.
Right. That entry was sent in by Joshua Harris, so I guess he just won himself a brand new 1 gig iPod Nano. Not bad.
Is that it? My 3 minutes are up, right? I'm done.
Yeah,
my iPod better be in the green room. You people don't pay me enough for this crap.
Thank you, Office Jesus. Appreciate it, buddy. Your holiness. All right, next week's user-created challenge is about making a mess in your own house. Pay attention. We want you to paint a wall in your house, mural style. The level of difficulty, the mural must feature a person, animal, or thing made famous by the interweb, or the internets, if you will. So we want you to send us pictures of the work in progress and the final result so we know it's legit. Just last week, we actually painted a wall in our studio with an image of the Numa Numa guy, but facilities made us take it down, yada yada, the fumes were too bad. The size is up to you, though, but we say the bigger the better, and our favorite entry will get themselves a new 1 gig iPod Nano as well. They grow on trees, apparently, folks. Get the complete rules at g4tv.com/user-created. And stick around, blasphemers! We've got the feed on deck and a little something we like to call Product Prawn. Stay put if you want to know more. Yes, welcome back to Attack of the Show. Don't worry, you haven't missed too much yet. The new Lara Croft model in all of her flesh and blood glory swings onto our set and raids my heart. Raided. And remember, tomorrow, folks, is Live Music Thursday presented by Dentine Ice. And we will be rocked, or rocked, by Valiant Thor. Whichever you prefer, either way, there will be the rockage. Now, here is our resident product expert, Will O'Neill, with some toys of your own.
How's it going, man? How you doing?
It's going very well. Good to see you back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a couple days.
Yeah,
you've been playing with some cell phones and annoying everybody around the office with the ringtones?
Ringtones. I love the ringtones. But yeah, it's been a good time. Good time. So you excited? Ready for this?
I want to see it. What do you got?
All right, let's do it. Okay, so now, everybody, if you're bored with your tired old cell phone, and you want one that truly does it all, you're going to want to check out what our sexy smokes bottle has to say about the latest movie interrupters. Everybody and their mother is talking about multimedia cell phones these days, but what the does that even mean? We're going to break it down to you right now. The LG VX8100 for Verizon Wireless has support for their high-speed eVideo network. This means that you can download their VCast content. It also has a mini SD slot to store all those 1.3 megapixel photos as well as your MP3s. It'll cost you about $150, but it also supports Bluetooth. The Motorola i875 for Boost Mobile has a built-in MP3 player, a 1.3 megapixel camera, has a removable trans-flash memory card, it has that obnoxious walkie-talkie feature, and it'll set you back about $400. The Cingular 2125 supports the Windows Mobile 5 operating system, has support for Cingular's high-speed Edge network, a 1.3 megapixel camera, a mini SD slot, but get this, it has great battery life, and it'll only set you back about $200. The Samsung T809 for T-Mobile has a megapixel camera, a built-in MP3 player. It also has really cool chat software so you can use AIM or ICQ, and it'll set you back about $300. The Sony Ericsson Walkman phone has a built-in MP3 player as well as an FM radio. It sports a 1.3 megapixel camera and even has Bluetooth. Knock against it, it only has 256 megabytes of memory and it's not expandable. Hold on a second. It's only going to cost you $150. Don't call me when I'm taping.
You should really shut the phone off when you're recording, by the way.
I'm an amateur, Kevin.
It's all right. It's all right. No, you've got the knowledge, though, and that's what matters, because we just saw a bunch of phones there. You've got one in your hand. I'm hoping this is the best one.
This is the one that I'm wildly in love with. This one.
You actually use this phone day to day?
I use this phone, yes.
All right, so what is this? What do you have
here? Check it out. It's the Cingular 2125.
All right, so this was the one with the high-speed Edge network on
Exactly.
Should I go through your photos on live TV, or is that going to get us
No, don't do that. No, that won't work. Yeah.
So this is Windows Mobile 5.
Yep. It's really great. It syncs with like your Outlook at work and things like that. It has Edge data speeds. You can check your email. One thing I like about it a lot, though, is it works with like Rhapsody to Go. Oh, you're so
I'm hand modeling. Continue.
That's fantastic. You're really
Rhapsody to Go, which is nice. It's not another iTunes phone. $200 though?
$200, yeah.
Worth it?
I'd run out and buy it with your money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you're a big-time guy. You can afford that.
You know, I'll find off the debt collectors. We're fine. Yeah. So, all right, Cingular
2125.
There you go, folks. Get it. Information overload? Yeah, I know. But brace yourself, because here's Sarah Lane with even more knowledge.
That's right. I got the need for feed. So let's get to it. Yesterday, we reported that Yahoo banned certain words from email subject lines. The good news, somebody at Yahoo watches our show. The bad news, we were actually wrong. Yeah. Well, Yahoo has a policy of restricting usernames in an effort to curtail abusive language and hate speech. They are hands-off your email, but in today's news, the word Allah has been removed from that list of naughty username words. Now, in a bid to bolster flagging demand for homegrown entertainment, China has banned the import of any programming which marries live action and animation. So such films as Space Jam and Who Framed Roger Rabbit will not receive distribution licenses, the state-run news agency reports. China previously banned the movie Babe, citing fears that a talking pig might confuse viewers. It's true. Want to play Fight Night 3 online with your PSP? It's your money or your life. Players entering the handheld game's online mode are prompted to either pay $2 or give up their personal information, including email address, to ESPN. Now, ESPN then claims the right to share this information with sister companies by email or surface mail or the ominously worded other means. Promising to, quote, change the face of sports and video gaming forever, Snoop Dogg unveiled his new hip-hop gaming league during the recent NBA All-Star Weekend. Catering exclusively to A-list entertainment and sports celebrities, the HHGL already boasts such members as rappers Method Man and Crazy Bone, as well as Denver Nugget star Carmelo Anthony. Good work, Snoop Dogg. And from the fashion desk, artist Judy Wertheim has created a walking shoe for illegal immigrants crossing the U.S. border from Mexico. Taking their name from a Spanish word for jump, the Brinco shoes feature a compass, a hidden tongue pocket, and a map on the insole. Ha ha! Wertheim passed out the shoes for free to migrants, but one hip San Diego store is selling them for $215. Somebody will buy them. Probably more than someone. Internet rumors currently have Keanu Reeves playing the Silver Surfer in the next Fantastic Four movie, possibly to set up a spin-off movie franchise of his own, yeah. Now, the Surfer part I can see. I mean, Point Break, it's a no-brainer. But the cosmically powered Herald of Galactus? Not so much. And now, setting the land speed record for news reading, let's check out today's headlines. San Francisco plans to convert dog poop into power. Apple invites press to a mysterious, fun product launch. Swedish Hells Angels are clinically depressed. TV's Aquaman has been recast. Midway's Wheelman will be a movie starring Vin Diesel. And that's the feed. And I'm Sarah. And this is a plasma. That's a camera standing on the floor, etc.
Hello, everyone. Now, let me tell you about Toy Fair. It's a great place to check out those fringe dwellers of the plaything universe. We've established that. But, of course, it's also a showcase for the icons of the whole business.
One of the cool things we're doing in Titanium series this year is we're doing all metal figures. Okay, Star Wars figures have been year in, year out sellers for us, but this time we're doing something different. In 2006, you can get your figures made of metal. These guys are totally heavy, they're totally detailed. What they are is just like the ultimate expression of a figure in metal.
Welcome to Nerf, and my friend, the Mag Strike. Now, if you've played Nerf Dart Tag, it was introduced last year, it's just an awesome, fun game. This used to be single shot, but now you load it up and you pump it and you... Oh, yeah. And if you're done with that one, you get rid of that clip, you put it in another clip, you pump it up again, and guess what? I love this job.
Well, one of the most exciting things we have this year for Transformers is an all-new revamped alternators line, which really celebrates a lot of the heritage with Transformers from the classic G1 characters. What's new for this fall that's coming out is actually for the first time in the series we're doing Optimus Prime as a Dodge SRT-10 truck. And one of the other new ones we have as well is Mirage, who's a fan favorite, and he'll be a Ford GT coming out this fall.
So Sigma 6 was a great new introduction we made in the G.I. Joe line last year, but new this year is our new scale. 2.5 inches, and you guys were really psyched about this. Great new vehicle, Dragonhawk, great new figures, and just a lot of fun for both collectors and kids to play with this one.
When we come back, the real-life Lara Croft makes spelunking look hot. And we'll talk about the new games she's into, but honestly, you were hooked at real-life Lara Croft, aren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
Well, hello, and welcome back to Attack of the Show. We're live, whether you want us to be or not, to be honest. We're just going to do it. Now, here to give us the details on Lara Croft Tomb Raider Legend is senior designer Riley Cooper and lead artist Toby Gard, who happens to be the creator of Miss Croft herself. Guys, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
I have to ask, Toby, first of all, why the redesign?
Well,
We needed to make her more modern. We wanted to make people be able to relate to her and see that this is a new game that we've really pushed the franchise forward, and we wanted to make sure that she came across as a living, real, breathing character. So.
Okay, that I accept. Now, Riley, you have to push the franchise forward. Here comes the question that I'm sure you get asked 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Gamers know this franchise, I mean, this came out with more clout and more push than any other franchise in the world, and they keep saying, well, don't worry, the next game's going to be the one that brings her back. Angel of Darkness is going to be the one that, you know, Laura's coming back with a vengeance. She's shooting with both guns. Didn't really happen. Is this the game where it's going to happen?
Yeah, it is. It is. And one thing we've done differently on this one is we've tried not to have people take our word for it.
Right.
We've made a demo so you can play yourself, which you should.
Wait, so you're letting the game speak for itself?
Exactly.
You're not supposed to do that in the video game world. You know this, right? You're supposed to.
Well, we talk to, but you know the real push is just putting it in people's hands and watching them play. And invariably, when we do that, people just strum right through and have a great time.
So what's new? What's actually going on in this adventure? What separates this from previous Tomb Raider games?
Well, the two biggest things are, like Toby said, we have a much more real Lara, and her controls, you know, as far as game design, has come where it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're off the grid system, which fans of the Tomb Raider series are far too familiar with. You can just run and jump and swing and slide how you would expect.
And is this what version of the game are we actually taking a look at here? Is this the 360 or?
This is the 360 version, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now, Toby, getting back to the redesign, you wanted to make her a little more realistic. How did you go about actually doing that?
Well, one of the things we did was we worked on normalizing some of her proportions a little bit.
You didn't touch any of the good proportions, did you?
No, we tried not to.
Okay, leave those the same. Those were fine. You don't have to touch any of those polys.
But I mean, she did have rather oddly large.
Yeah, the original Laura was a little squarish.
Yeah. So we put in more muscle, more bone structure, skin that looks sort of more realistic, and you know, just the detail really that makes someone stop looking like just a sketch.
If I gave you an extra 7,000 polys to put anywhere on Laura, where are they going? Where are they going? Come on now. All right. See, immediately wanted to.
No, I think they'd go pretty much all over. I mean, more hair physics, like teeth, and just muscle.
Very safe answer, Toby. Very safe answer, and I appreciate that. You're a gentleman. I like that about you. Riley, I'm told that Laura has a bit of a skill set, a little bit more flexibility and movement in this, and that you took that into account when it came to level design. Quickly, tell me, what is that about? What is her new skill set?
Well, I mean, like I was saying before, just she can do everything that you've always wanted her to do, just a lot more easily. If you wanted crab walk, you'll be disappointed. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
I'll stick to my fan fiction sites. I bet you did. Did you at least do the motion capture session?
It was in the mocap section. Actually, it's all hand animation.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's all. Yeah.
Does that give you a more natural feel and a natural look, or was that?
We feel like we can get at least the same quality bar or better.
Well, it's actually because she's an exaggerated character as well. It's important that she has slightly exaggerated actions too.
I think you can exaggerate as much as you want, because I know I do whenever I'm describing Laura. So, gentlemen, thank you for coming on and sharing the game with us. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time. Be sure to keep an eye out for Lara Croft Tomb Raider Legend hitting store shelves on April 25th. But don't go anywhere, because the very lovely and very tangible Lara Croft is here live in studio. Guys, feel free to gawk along with us at home. It's coming up right after this.
You're watching G4, the #1 podcasted network in America.
Wall-to-wall game reviews.
Always expect the unexpected. Go to iTunes or G4TV.com for details.
All right, now listen, you've stared at her digital curves and you've completed all of her sensuous levels, but joining us today is the real deal, Karima Adbeeb, the one, the only official Lara Croft Tomb Raider spokesmodel. Karima, thank you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
For gracing us with your presence here. This is amazing. I never thought it'd be off the monitor, so thank you so much.
No problem.
How did you? First of all, congratulations. This is a big deal.
Thank you.
How long have you known that you were going to be the official Tomb Raider?
Well, I've known about 3 months, but the unveiling was actually last week on February 14th for Laura's birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday to her and yourself.
You.
Now, were you familiar with the franchise before? How did you get the gig from IDOS?
Oh, absolutely. I've known Lara for about 10 years. I had the first 2 games. I've just followed her throughout her career. And how did I get the gig?
Yes.
Well, IDOS held an international search for about over 1,000 girls. So I got put up by my agency because I was modelling in London at the time, and I got a call back for another audition where I had to dress up as Lara, gun moves, do my thing.
Did you have to make your own outfit, or did they provide you with?
No, they provided the outfit.
Oh, okay.
And then I had to come back to meet all the bosses. And then it was down to 3 girls, and I'm here today.
You didn't shoot any wolves or have to backflip off conference room tables?
Well, I did threaten the bosses if they didn't choose me, they were going to be in trouble.
That's a
And
girl.
I think that was quite good.
Now, I have to say, I saw a movie a while back with, I believe it was Lara Croft in it. And Laura was, it was this girl, this Angelina, whatever. This girl, this Angelina. The question is, could you take her down? Could you take Angelina?
Well, I think I'm bigger than her. And I'm probably stronger than her.
Probably. So follow up to that
But
one.
she's definitely been the best Tomb Raider, the best Lara Croft in my eyes to date.
I'm going to agree with that. But if you could take her down, would you be willing to film it and send it to me?
Well,
to
if
my
I
Gmail
did,
account?
I'd quite like to rewatch it myself, so yeah.
Good, good. That's good. Now I noticed that you have the holster. You're completely
I do.
equipped.
Well, I'm actually missing some of my things. I'm missing my grenades, and these aren't really
What's a girl to do without
my
her
normal
grenades?
guns. Because they wouldn't let me through customs, which I'm not very happy about.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Here at
but-
LAX, they let anybody through. It doesn't matter what kind of explosives you have.
Well, you know.
I guess you were an unfortunate one. Have you had any training with the guns, or are you going to get any official firearm training?
Well, actually, I'm going as soon as I'm done on the mini tour here in the States. I'm going back to London. I'm going off to Croatia to do well, get a degree in firearms, I guess.
Not bad.
Yeah, so quite exciting stuff.
It would be. I would love for you to come back to the show because it would be an honor to take a pot shot from you, if you don't mind.
No problem.
Karima, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
We really appreciate it.
No
Congrats
problem.
again on the
Thank
gig.
you.
That's awesome. Everybody, hurry up and microwave that Hot Pocket because when we get back, we're taking your chat questions and your emails. Stay tuned. I'm the luckiest man on television right now, by the way.
Attack of the show, baby. Attack.
Turns out the light at the end of the tunnel wasn't a train. No. It was time for chat.
Oh.
That's what it was. It was chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really get that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What do you want from me? It's-
Junk Trunk has a question. Let's just move on.
Let's
okay?
please. That's a great
Kevin, have you ever had any sexy dreams starring Lara Croft?
Back in the day, when she was only a couple polys big, yes, I've had a dream or two, but
Explain the sexy dream, Kevin.
Well-
Let's find out more about you.
we were in a cave, and there was a wolf, and she barrel rolled and shot it and killed me, and I said, thank you, Laura, and I went and I wrapped my arms around her.
It's
and-
Lara, not Laura.
Well,
She probably wouldn't appreciate that.
she didn't actually, but it didn't matter. I had performance anxiety, and she ran off with Will.
Oh,
Exactly. So it's pretty typical for my dreams.
Yeah. Wow.
It always happens.
Age of Stranger asks, hey, is Kevin man enough to grow a beard? Hey, you've got a beard right now.
I got, look, this is what you call this scraggle here, huh? Come on.
It's what I call
It's a-
modern Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, listen, it's furry. It's just there's 40 pounds of makeup on it right now. But if I scratch it off, I look like, wow.
It's very cute.
I can't grow one.
Take our word for it. He's got a beard. He's
I try
man
hard.
enough.
So young and soft.
More than.
Okay, Will, no. I'm sorry. Did you even get? Wow, that's it, folks. Thanks to our guests, Patrick Johnson, Toby Gard, Riley Cooper, and Karima Adbeeb.
Bye, everybody.
Take
See you
care,
next
everyone.
time.
Youngins, what'd you say?
Young and soft.
Yeah.